When I say it's all connected, I mean just that it's all connected. When you think about culture, when you think about race, when you think about business, when you think about voice, when you think about entrepreneurship, it's all connected. It is more difficult for a black person to do anything in America. It's difficult for them to work. It's difficult for them to run the businesses and things that they built. It's difficult for them to start business because a lot of times in other cultures, they are slow, other cultures are slow to support black people. In general, we usually have to depend on ourselves, and then we even have the conflict of feeling like, oh, we do not want to just support our own. Black people have the biggest heart, and sometimes that heart is what comes back to slap us. We're always thinking about including other people even when we're not included, and then we're always trying to be multicultural and to reach out and to reach across, and sometimes we do that to the detriment of ourselves, of our own people. So when it comes to having a voice, if I don't have a voice, if I don't speak up, then people will never understand what we go through. If I speak up too much, then people turn a deaf ear. When it comes to entrepreneurship, if I don't speak up about the difficulties, the financial difficulties, the way we start behind, because when it comes to racism, it really boils down to that dollar. That's why the boycott mattered with Target. That's why I've been saying we need to boycott and build. Because at some point, you've got to stop asking for a seat at the table and you've got to start having a table where you create your own meals and, you can decide your own appetite. You don't have to ask because if the issues in the black community are important enough, then at what point will we invest into it? If we don't invest into it, we cannot keep asking and telling other people to invest into us. Our dollar matters. And if we didn't see it at any point before, we saw it with the way Target has had to pivot, with the way it's lost money and everything. We are powerful when we are united and when we do things together. That's why we had Black Wall Streets before, and that's why we have to build them again. All I'm telling you is that when it comes to politics, money, all of this, it is all connected. If you're silent for yourself, you're not going to stand up for other people. If you're silent and you don't, stand up and take care and promote you, it's harder to do it in a group. It's harder to be heard. Sometimes you'll get lost in the noise. So you got to have a voice. You got to be willing to speak up. We've gone through so long for years where we felt like, okay, after the civil rights movement and after the death of a lot of our leaders, now we feel like we've got it made. And some people have even lost the will to fight and don't even know how to fight, when to speak and when not to speak. So you got to have the voice. You also have to have the entrepreneurship. If you're not the entrepreneur, that's okay. Make sure you shop and buy in your own community. Look, actively seek to participate and make your black dollar count. Then you've also got to be connected to politics. Once again, it's all connected. You've got to vote. You've got to vote locally. You've got to vote presidentially. You've got to watch. You've got to follow, because after you vote, you've got to make sure that the people you put in office are working for you. Just think of it as if when they don't do something that you told them to do, it's your job to make sure that they hear from you. So you've got to follow it through. There is a fight. There is something that we have to do from beginning to end, and the fight is every day. And we have to clock in every day. And it's all connected from economics to politics. You've got to be involved on every level. It's all connected. So when people tell me, sometimes you do videos about this and sometimes you do videos about that, I'm letting you know I'm doing it all because it's all connected. You can't talk about the economy without talking about politics. You can't talk about money without talking about the opportunities. You cannot talk about entrepreneurship without talking about creating your own opportunities to build a Black Wall Street and the reason why it's so important. It's all connected and it's all important and it's all about making sure you show up as the best you that you can be. It's been your girl, the Queen Bee. It's been your girl, Candy with Kim. It's all connected and understanding is everything.